Everyone and anyone at me. What I'm going to do today, you guys how to very easy and very this community that I just found, well, not just found, but this community that I have here, it's a little cottage. It's located to the northeast of the wasteland near the Parsons State Insane Asylum and not too far from Makra fish packing. Okay, so to get started, you guys want to go into your workshop editor and you basically want to take a look around your community to see exactly how much space you're working with, because this is only going to be easy if you understand what you have to work with. Okay, so just do a quick tour of your community, and the reason why you really want to do this is because you want to determine how to go about doing this. And as far as the turret towers, you can basically build them in any community as long as there's an even surface, but there is a way around that with shack foundations. Okay. So once you get an idea of the space you're working with, okay, oops. All right. So you can see from an angle or from a height distance or height advantage, you could see what I have to work with here. Now, obviously, the structure that's already here is in complete disarray. I mean, there's really nothing you could do with this. But if you're creative enough, you can actually do something with this. But before we do anything with structural setups, we're going to do turret towers. Once you have this community, what I recommend is the community that is your base of operations, the community where you take all your resources to. If you have the people to spare, have someone go do a supply line to this community. Okay, it's not one of my favorite communities, but I'm going to use this as an example because it's one of the only few that I don't have any defenses or people or anything going on here. So I wanted to use this to show you guys how you can build a very simple but really effective defensive tower. Okay, it's not a real big community, but it has a lot of open space and it can easily be attacked if you utilize this space in terms of like food resources or something like that. There's no water source nearby, so you're definitely going to have to put water pumps. If you look to this area here, also keep this in mind that the front side of this community is facing a cliff, and there's a sloped area right here that leads up to the community. So with that being said, you kind of got an idea of where and how you want to set up your defensive turret. Okay, it's really important to know these things because if you don't focus on these little small areas on you in a heartbeat, and you'll never even realize it. So to cover an area like this, actually the tower that I'm going to build is really basically going to cover just about every angle. But I'm just looking for a really good location. This is a good location right here, so I'm going to start with this area. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take a prefab structure, which is this one right here. Okay, and you want to find a nice piece of level ground to put the turret on. And then what you do is you come up here to the top and you put the same structure on top. Okay, you want to make sure it's even because one of the next parts of this setup is going to require you to make sure that it's even. Okay, so now we got to do is bring it forward just a little bit. Okay, Just do me a favor, anyone that may watch this video, just pay attention to the structures that I'm using, because if you use the wrong ones, it's going to be kind of difficult to do this. I mean, you can use whatever you want, but if you want to set up your defensive towers the same way, you want to make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing. Okay. It might seem kind of tedious to make sure this is even, but it's for good purpose, because you want everything to line up just right. Okay. So, recapping, you want to use the flat top and bottom structures. Okay, so when you go into your workshop editor, okay, not the first one, but the second one. The second one is the one that you want to use. Okay, now this can be 2 stories high or it could be 3 stories high, whichever you prefer. The way that I'm showing you is the most easiest way, especially if you're just starting out or you not really sure what type of defenses to put in your community, but you want to put something. So what I'm showing you here is the easiest way to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a solid lower foundation. Okay. And this is very easy to do. Okay. Now, normally I would put a back on this one if it's just facing one direction, but since this is going to watch multiple directions, we want to make sure that we leave the top portion open. Okay. These are good to have around the community because it's going to allow you to do more of what I'm going to do now. Okay. Alright, there we go. Almost went out on the edge there. Okay. So I'm taking the little floorboards. Okay. And I'm putting them around the community. Okay. So you see the basic structure of the tower here. Alright. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a ladder just so you can go back and forth, you know, and up and down to the upper structure. Okay. Now, this portion right here, you could do it from whatever side you want, but this is how I do it. So you take this structure, right, and you store it, and then you back out, and you go to your power, and you get you a medium generator. Okay, this is big enough to house a medium generator. Okay, and you put it in there as far as it can go. Alright. Now, before you close that back up, this is what you want to do. So you come up here, right? And you're setting everything up before you actually put your defenses together. Alright, so you come up here and you put your conduit, put it up there any kind of way, and then you can adjust it however you want later. Alright, so let's see, we want to put this directly, actually we want to go directly in the middle. This is kind of close enough to the middle. Alright, so once you get that in place, it's still too close to the edge. So we want to back this up a little bit. Okay, about right there. It's actually not on the ceiling correctly. Okay. It doesn't have to be straight, but I'm sure if you guys are like me, you want it to look, you know, well put together. Alright. So once you got that there, you want it to be directly in the middle because you want it to have a uniform look. Okay, let's bring that there like that. Alright. So, now that we got that in place, now what we want to do Okay, now what we want to do is attach a wire. So you attach a wire to the generator, right? Don't worry, you don't have to do anything difficult from this point. Just watch what I do. So you take the wire, you go up the stairs, right? And watch this. You see that? It goes right through the floorboard. Yep, it's that easy. Okay? And everything that you see, what I'm doing here, everything that you see, it's very easy, and whether you're starting out or you have a decent amount of resources to do this, definitely do it. Okay? It's not hard. And then what you do is you back out, you go back into your structures, you go to your walls, you go back here, and you close that back up. Now let's take a look at that real quick. You see that? Now your generator is closed in. There's no way for it to get damaged, and it looks really nice and neat. And your power is running through the floorboard up to a power conduit that is attached to the underside of the roof. Okay? So you could see how this structure is coming along, and it uses very little resources to do this. Okay? Now what you want to do is you want to put your defenses. Okay? The easiest way to do it is to do it from the ground, and then you could go up top and you could place whatever you want up there. Let's see. First of all, let's go up here and take a look at the height advantage we have. Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright, so from up here, let's say from this part here. Okay, so from up here, you can see it's pretty nice view up here. You can see everything really good. Okay? And the reason why you put these little smaller parts on the outer side of the structure is because you're going to place turrets here. Okay? The middle part here, you can kind of reserve that for, I mean, whatever else you want to do. Now, you can make this a combination tower. You can make this a turret tower, or you can make this a turret tower slash defense tower, meaning, you know, that a person can actually come up here and, you know, get inside their tower and watch the area. But, you know, I kind of like the turrets because it works really well. So, now we know what we're working with. So let's go to the defenses. Okay. Now, if you haven't gotten to the point that you have unlocked the heavy laser turret or the missile launcher, don't worry, because the machine turrets, the machine gun turrets, are your absolute best friend. I mean, these turrets will serve their purpose time and time again. And the reason why I put 2 floorboards is because you could put 2 turrets on either side. Now you're probably wondering, why did I connect power, right? Because I'm gonna add a turret. Okay, I'm thinking, let's see, I'm thinking maybe putting a spotlight. You know what? Yeah. See, this is the beautiful thing about this easy setup. You see these open little areas right here? You can actually put another floorboard right there, and you can connect other automated systems. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go back into the structure. Let's go to the floorboards. Okay, and I'm going to add one here. Okay. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put a spotlight right here. Yeah, we'll put a spotlight there. And then we'll connect power to that spotlight. And you can see that that spotlight covers everything around it. Okay, so since we have a medium-sized generator that puts out 5 points of power, we already have one device that uses 2 of that power, so we can only put one other device that uses that requires 2 power. So what we're going to do is we're going to put let's see, missile launcher or heavy turret. Let's go with a missile launcher. It does an insane amount of damage. Let's put it right here. Let's put the missile launcher right here. Okay. And then what we do is we run power to that. So now you have your 2 devices that uses majority of the power for the generator, and that's really all you need. Okay. And you don't have to worry about anything being in this area that's going to be cluttered or anything like that. Okay, and you can see from where the missile launcher is now, if you don't have the perks unlocked to get the missile launcher, if you don't have the gun nut fully leveled out, if you have the 3rd level of that perk, you should probably be able to get the heavy or not the heavy laser turret, but the shotgun. I think level 4 allows you to unlock the heavy laser turret and the missile launcher. But don't worry, you can see here that once you get to the level 4 gun nut perk, you'll get the missile launcher. Okay, so you could see from the view of the missile launcher, it can basically see everything. Okay, now let's add our other defenses. Now go back here, okay, and we want to put not missile turrets, I'm sorry. We want to put machine turrets. Okay. We don't need to put them here since nothing is going to come up that way, so we're going to put them here. Okay. And the missile launcher is basically a one-man army, so you don't need to put anything else near that. Okay, so this turret will cover the right side, and this one, oh, what the hell? And this one will cover the left side. And you want to kind of keep them even, like laser lined even, because if one is in front of the other and one sits out too far, what you're gonna have happen is you're gonna have one turret shooting at the other one, causing it to get damaged. So you definitely don't want to do that. Okay, now if you guys want, if you want to put let's see here, just to kind of, you know, give it an aesthetical look, you can do this right here. Okay, let's see if it'll work. No, it won't work. Let's see, put it here. Yeah, let me do it like that. Doesn't matter if these are even. You can actually use this center point right here to make it even. Okay, you can do this all the way around. Okay. All right. The ladder is the last thing you're gonna alter. You're gonna remove the ladder. You don't want the enemy to have access to your turrets. So you could store the ladder, and you guys can see. Oh, let me get out of the editor. Okay, you could see now you have a complete defensive tower. Now remember, You could build this as high as you want. You can go 3 prefab structures high if you want. Me personally, I don't want to do that. It's just unnecessary, and you could put a few of these around your community. Okay, they do not require a lot of resources, and you guys can see from the way I put it together, it's very simple to do. These outer parts here, these outer little small floorboards, you don't have to put those. You can keep the turrets within that square space. You won't be able to use as many, but you can put them in that square space. Okay, so you guys can see here what a simple defensive tower looks like. Okay, and we have the light right there. Alright, so actually, you know what? We don't even need these right here. So let's take those out, and we'll save those for another tower. Alright. Now, with these machine turrets, you may wonder why I chose to go with the machine turrets if I can put just about anything right here, right? Well, the machine turrets have the farthest reach out of any other weapon in your automated arsenal. The rockets can go pretty far, but the machine turrets, they basically shoot endlessly. They don't shoot 3 or 4, rounds of ammo and then reload and then shoot again. They continuously fire. Okay? So the machine turrets are definitely a plus to use. Now let's go take a look from an angle. Okay? Now, if you're an enemy and you're approaching from anywhere in this particular area, no matter where you are, that defensive tower is basically going to catch you. And to be honest with you, this community is really just... So it covers all the access points. And because you have machine turrets in addition to the missile launcher, you have enough defenses. 49 defense, I'd say that's pretty reasonable. Now, with these turrets that I have right here, what I can do is I can actually take one of these turrets and put it on the other side of this missile launcher. But like I said, the missile launcher is a one-man army, so it's really not necessary to do. So this turret is really, this defensive tower, or turret tower as I like to call it, is high enough. And remember that behind this smaller structure, you have a generator in there. And so that generator cannot be affected by any enemy attacks. So you got basically a uniform turret tower or defense tower. So, if this kind of helps anybody deciding how to use defenses, this is a really good way to use it. If all you have is at your disposal is machine gun turrets, hey, take advantage of them. They're just as good. 1 is good, 2 is better, 3 or more is absolutely dominant. So, okay, that takes care of the turret towers or defense towers. Now, let's talk about perimeter defenses. Now, what the hell is this? Wow, didn't know that was there, and I can't remove it. How nice is that? Okay. Anyway, with your perimeter defenses, you want to take a look at if you already have defenses set up. You don't want to add to what you already have. If you already have defenses in place, think about where those defenses are in relation to access points. Now, this is all open area. Okay? If you have a ton of frag mines, throw the frag mines all over this area. Okay? Just throw them everywhere. Enemies are going to step over them, and if your area is littered with landmines, then that's a really inexpensive defense to use. Don't don't let them go to waste. You know, if you have plenty of frag mines or plasma mines or cryo mines, throw them out, dude. Spread them out. It will help your defenses. And like I said, you could do this tower at any community. It doesn't have to be any specific community. As long as you have a flat surface to work with, you can basically build this anywhere you'd like. So don't hesitate. It's really simple. Whether you're just joining or, you've been watching long enough. Just to recap, this is a turret tower that I build. And let's take this light off of here, because if you just joined, I want to show this to you. Okay, if you look at this tower right here, I used very little resources to build it, and basically what it is it's two prefab structures. So if you go to your prefabs, okay, and you go here, not the first one, but the second one, this one right here. Okay, you're going to use these to build this tower. So showing you the, oh, wait a minute, hold on, don't want to mess nothing up. Okay, showing you the tower. If you're just joining, I want to show you this. Okay, you see that? There's a medium-sized generator on the inside of the lower prefab structure. That generator is hidden in that prefab structure behind walls so as not to have your generator damaged. So if you put that back on there, okay, and then you look around, okay, it's completely covered all the way around. And these are very simple to do, and you can basically put these anywhere you want. Okay. Alright, so let's go back here and we'll put that back there. Alright. Okay. So like I was saying, your frag mines, plasma mines, cryo mines, and any mines you may have, spread them around your community. Okay, with this particular community, the structure is just like in real bad shape. There's like a little cave thing here, but nothing that I would use here. So more than likely you'd probably want to build a place for people here. Now the only thing that I would recommend doing is basically building yeah, I'd probably build a wall around this community. So starting right here, let's see, let's see how this would work. No, that wouldn't work. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work either. Okay, so what we want to do is figure, let's see here. Okay, so this would work. Let's see. It's crooked. Okay, that's better. Alright, so let's see. There's a way around this. I'm just looking to see if that would work. No, that wouldn't work. Okay. So no, that prefab structure wouldn't work either. See, this is kind of awkward to do. There's not really nothing you could do with this. You can't fit people up in here. So we basically gotta do something else with this. Yeah, see, you can't even put but one structure there. Yeah, this doesn't allow much to be done here. Okay, so what do we want to do? See, this for building a settlement here, it's not really much for you to use in terms of structures, so you could either make your own structure, and the ground is very uneven, so we'd have to go with these here and make a community that sits up. Okay, is it gonna let me do it here? Okay. Guess you can't get too far into the earth there. Okay, what are we looking like on this side? Nope. Okay, so we have a big enough structure here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that works. But the only problem is so these won't snap together. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Now it would make sense. Wait, did that just... Okay. That's good. I could work with that. Now we could take two of the same structure and piece them together, and we can make a big enough structure for quite a few people. So let's go ahead and put walls on this place. Actually, where's the door? Or we could put it here. Let's put it here. Alright. Put that there. Why are these things always so hard to do? I never understand it. Okay, I'm not making anything spectacular here, just putting something up to build a community here. That's probably the wrong. Let me see. Yeah, it's the wrong structure. I don't know what to do. Alright. Okay, so that won't work. So we'll have to go with a different structure. We could do this one. That's the only problem with prefab structures. Do not like them. I really, really don't. We're just trying to do something really quick here to finish off this video. Not bad. Could be better. Still off. Now it's even. As long as the majority of the structure sits on there, it's okay if it hangs off. Okay, let's get a door up here. Let's get some beds going. Let's put them down here. Alright, let's see. Let's fix this wall up. Okay, that looks retarded. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, now we gotta fix that corner there. I really hate these prefab structures. Okay, it's still not in there. That's a little bit better, but I'm gonna have to fix that up a little bit more. Okay, we got 3 beds in here. Okay, so let's put a structure up here. Let's see. See how I do this last time. Let's see. Want to put a generator up here. put it down there. Oh, so they won't fit. Okay. It'll fit here. Okay, so what we'll have to do is make this bigger. Okay, and we put walls up. Okay, so it won't let me. So it won't let me put them here. It won't let me put the wall. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can put this other piece here. It just simply will not let me. Okay, so we go back to what we were before. Okay, it's a little off. Okay. So we could put the generator in there. And just a small one. Okay. Put that in there, and we go here, and we put one of these guys up there. Alright, now to close this off, to close that little open space off, we do this. Kind of move it around at an angle. And we take, oh nope, I want to do that. Take these here. Alright, so that covers that. So now the generator, you don't have to worry about being affected. So we come up in here, go up here, come around here, and we take another conduit. Oops, wrong one. Come here, put another conduit up here. Okay. Then we take this one and connect it to that one. Bam. Now you could have power running into this community. Alright, let's see. We should be able to do the same thing on the bottom here. Let's go with a ceiling fan here. There we go, and we'll take that off. Okay, so we got 3 beds. Can definitely put more, but we just want to get that started. Okay. So we have that power going into the community house now. We got the generator blocked off. So now what you want to do with your radio beacon, I highly recommend putting it off the ground. Even your radio beacon can be damaged, so I definitely recommend putting that off the ground. Okay, so we come up here. Alright, and then you want to go into your radio beacon. Alright, and you can put that up top here. And attach a line to that, come down here. And now you have an active radio beacon. Let's see. The only problem with that is you would have to get up there to... Yeah, that's the only problem. You'd have to get up there to turn the radio beacon off after a certain while. Because you get so many settlers here, then you're going to want to turn it off. So what we do here is we put these here. And I'm going to remove those. I'm just putting a ladder here. I don't want to fall. Come on now. There we go. So this can be left here. Okay, we got this sitting on the edge. Put this right in the middle. Alright. So we already got one person here. Alright, so let's go see our new settler. And there you have it. So you have a defensive tower, and let's remove this one right here. Alright, so you have a defensive tower, radio beacons at the top. Let's see, where's the person at? Oh, there they go. Let's put some resources here. So that's basically it. In terms of your perimeter defenses, if you have landmines, frag mines, plasma mines, cryo mines, whatever, spread them around. You know, if they're just sitting in your inventory, then they're not doing anything. If you have plenty of them, just spread them around the community. I'm not really doing anything with this community. I'm just using that as an example of how you can make a very inexpensive, in terms of resources, defensive tower or turret tower, however you want to call it. And so that's what this structure is right here. If you watch this video from the beginning, I showed you how to put this together. It's basically 2 prefab structures, and on the inside of this bottom prefab structure there's a medium generator there, and you can run power directly through the floorboard to a power conduit that's attached to the roof, and then you can run another line through the roof to the radio beacon. So your radio beacon is protected by your turrets, and you can also see the spotlight there. There's not a whole lot of defenses here. This is going to be the only defenses that I have in this community, and you can see from just what I have here, that's all I'm going to use in this community. And if you look at it from the turret's perspective, I'll give you an example. If you look at it from the turret's perspective, there's really no need to put any other defenses here, because it basically can see everything from the turret's point of view. So if you look from the missile's point of view, it can basically cover everything in a 180-degree view. And then you have these 2 or 4 turrets here, which basically covers all the other perimeters. And since they all have a pretty decent range, you don't have to worry about putting defenses all over the place. Like I said, for the rest of the community, whether it's this one or any other community, just basically put landmines all over the ground. You know, they're going to always be there unless you pick them up. So there's no need to, you know, worry about somebody stealing them. You know, just place them around, you know, and you don't have to worry about enemies getting in your community and, you know, trying to attack it. You got the landmines as a defensive deterrent. Okay, but this is the primary portion of this video that I wanted to show, this very effective turret tower here. So that's the primary part of the video. Okay, and basically just put a prefab structure here, put a few beds, put power generator, small one, you know, just to give power to the community house. One ceiling fan, a few beds. Let's see, how many people do we have? We have 1 person. Okay. Your community won't start getting attacked until you start putting quite a bit of resources in your community, from water to food. So depending on how much you put is going to determine how often an enemy attacks. So if you put a large food resource, then you're going to have just about any type of enemy attacking constantly. So you really want to try to avoid that if you can. Since there's no place to put water, you basically got to put a bunch of water pumps. And you got to put enough water pumps which is relevant to the amount of people that you're going to have. So if you plan on having anywhere from 3 to 5 people, you want to put at least 9 water pumps. You know, if you plan on having any more than that, definitely put more. But you just want to do enough. You don't want to overdo it. Okay, now with this place here, you don't want to do a whole lot here, because majority of the structures here are just in poor condition, so there's really not much to do with them. So like you can see here, there's nothing back here but cliff area. So what we want to do is we want to close that area off so that it runs directly into the cliff area. Okay, so you take this and you put it here. Alright, and we put the next one right across from it. Okay, now since this particular area is closed off, the enemies can't come from the little hillside area over here. So now all you have left is this cliffy area, and you don't have to worry about, you know, fences up right there. So that part is covered. Okay, now there aren't any defenses on this side, and the defensive tower can't see here, so this was a bad place for me to put the community house. But that doesn't mean you can't put any turrets here. So what we want to do, go back in and back into the Are you kidding me? Wow. Okay, so you want to go here. Okay, so it won't let me do anything there. But anyway, I'm getting a message saying that my internet quality is too low. So before this video comes out, cuts out, I'm gonna end the video right there. But if anybody is watching or you happen to stop through, just take a quick look at the video. Definitely check out, you know, the way I set up the defensive tower or the turret tower or whatever you want to call it. Very minimal resources to use. Very simple to put up. Doesn't require a whole lot of turrets. You can make it however you want to. You can make it as tall as you want to. There's some elaborate videos on how to make defensive towers or turret towers, but you know, I find the most simplest ones are the easiest because you can basically put a bunch of these around your community and it doesn't require a lot. So before my video cuts out, I want to thank anybody that may stop by and check the video out. I'm not doing this for the money or fame. I'm a gamer at heart. I love the games, and some people just have problems with trying to figure out, you know, what's the best approach to playing a game like this. So through my gameplay, I just try to offer those, you know, tips and help. So I don't force anybody or remind anybody to hit the like button or anything like that. If you subscribe, you know, it's appreciated, but you know, I won't force anybody to subscribe to my channel. But if you find the videos helpful, you know, definitely, you know, like it for me. You know, I do appreciate it. It just gives me more reason to do more like this. It's just a helpful tip. Anybody looking to figure out what to do with defenses and stuff like that. So, you know, any advice that or any tips you can get from, you know, my videos, you know, that means that I'm doing something right. So to each his own with how you do whatever settlement you fix it up how you want. All I'm doing is just offering a different perspective on how to build defensive towers or anything like that. So if you find it helpful, definitely, you know, like it for me. But other than that, you know, you're not obligated to joining my channel. If you do, you know, the more the merrier. I do appreciate it. So it's telling me my video quality is, or my internet connection is getting bad. So I'm going to end this before it cuts out on me. But definitely thank you to everyone that checks out the video. Take care.